What is up, YouTube? Today we are talking about my investment portfolio as a college student, what makes up the portfolio, why I invested in said stocks, and my prospective possible future investments. But before we get into today's video, please leave a like on this if you do enjoy today's video. Hit that subscribe button and smash that notification bell just so you can be notified of my future uploads. It would mean the world to me. And with that being said, let's get it right into today's video. So first, we're going to dive into what's on. I have two different trading platforms that I use, and that's one, public, and two, Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab I use as a retirement platform for a Roth IRA and just long-term investments. Alrighty, so the intro was shot at a different time. We're back now. I got distracted. So let's just get right into today's video. So the first stock that I bought was Uber, because the reason why I bought Uber was there was a downtick in the stock and I thought it was a great time to buy, and it turned out to have a great return on investment, or an ROI. It made about $15, but I'm going to continue to hold it because Uber obviously is going through a growing phase right now. They're growing. There's more revenue coming into the company, and especially now that the rental market is taking a hit, Uber is getting more influx. So that's why I invested in Uber. It has a great potential of growth, and I frankly love using Uber whenever I'm traveling. And then the next stock is NVDA, which is the stock ticker is NVDA. And the reason why I invested in that is, if you don't know, that the Congress passed a bill in which a bunch of big corporations that produce microchips that go into cars, other things, just microchips in general, they're passing a bill that they're going to get a lot of money. And if you didn't know, Nancy Pelosi, who doesn't insider trade, bought a bunch of NVIDIA. And coincidentally, she sold it off, and right as she sold it off, the stock got a massive uptick. And I bought it right when she sold it off, which obviously, if you're looking at Nancy Pelosi and trying to figure out what to invest in, don't invest in someone else's investing strategy. But I knew that NVIDIA, it's a stock I used to hold back 5 years ago. I just sold it so I could buy more JCPenney. Oh, how that worked out for me. But nonetheless, I thought it was a really great stock. I do love the company. When I build my dream PC for gaming, I want to use NVIDIA products because I love their company and they have such good reliability, and it's just a good company just across the general. And the fact that they're getting all this money coming in from this bill, this relief bill, they're going to be, one, making a lot of money from just revenue that's coming in, but then they're also making a lot of money from getting this money from the government. Now, the third stock is not something I invested in, actually. I got it when I signed up for public. When I signed up for public, I got $100 worth of the stock, and so can you. If you use that link down in the description, sign up with public using that referral link down below, you can get a stock worth up to $1,000, and you can go through and select certain stocks, and will give you one of those stocks up to $1,000. I happened to get $100 of Amazon, which was great. I really enjoyed it. And I'm holding on to it because obviously Amazon is on the up and up. They keep on growing. Back in the 90s when they're first starting, they were exploding in popularity, and now they're even more exploding. They hold, it's really interesting because Amazon, most people think of it, oh, they're making a lot of money from sales and their marketplace platform. No, they're making most of their money, like 80% of their money is coming from Amazon Web Services. I'll put a logo here. But all they do is they run servers for people, and they make a lot of money. Netflix's servers is run by Amazon. There's a bunch of big companies that use Amazon servers. So Amazon is really making all of its money from the servers. And yes, I have an Amazon store, and they're making like $7 off of every transaction that goes through. So I'm pocketing a lot of the money. So when I sell a $100 product, they pocket about $12. And so I come out with 88, so I'm getting a lot of it. But think about it, all the sales that are happening on Amazon, they're getting like $10, $12. But that's not even at all touching the amount of money they get from the Amazon Web Services. They build websites for people, they provide URLs, they give all the data processing. So that's what Amazon is really known for. And to think that it started as a bookstore and just absolutely exploded into what it is today, that's why I wanted to invest in it. Now, The next stocks that I invested in is something that I really wanted to invest in, and I made a video about dividends and just good ways to invest and become a millionaire. And I talked about dividends in that video, and I wanted to invest and see what they I wanted to learn more. And when I started learning more and researching, not just because of the video, I just wanted to learn more about dividends. This was about 3-4 months ago. Before I even had the idea of having this YouTube channel, I was looking into this a couple mutual funds, and the two that really popped up were the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, and the trading ticker is SCHD, and I wanted to buy into it. I bought into it, and I've only made money off of that. It's been a great purchase. I love it. I'm going to buy more of it, and that's going to be something that I continue to buy consistently through Public. And Public has a really cool thing. If you use that link down below, obviously you get the free stock worth up to possibly $1,000. But they also allow for you to set up recurring payments, so you can keep on buying the same stock over and over. So you can buy $2 every week or something like that, or if you want to have it like $20 for every month. They don't have a Roth IRA ability yet, but I'm willing to bet that they're going to start moving that way. But it's a great platform. I love using Public, especially because it does have that social media platform effect. And the other stock that I really like investing in regularly on Public is Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF, and the trading symbol for that is VYM. Now, this was also another stock that I've only seen growth in. I invested about 4 months ago, and I've probably made a good amount of money back. I've probably made about 10% on what I've invested, and that's a great return on investment. I'm really thankful. These are two stocks that I'm going to hold. I'm going to keep on buying into. And if you want to see my portfolio and keep on seeing it as it's updated and see my updates as I'm sending it out, follow me on Instagram and follow me on Public, because Public, you can see my portfolio. It's public. You can see what's going on. You can see what I'm losing, what I'm gaining in regards to percentage wise. So yeah, go follow me on public.com/money sausage, and you'll be able to see me there. Now, another thing that I may get some, why did you invest in it, is Shibu Inu, which is a cryptocurrency that's a meme coin. And I just wanted to get into it because, one, I was just like, what the heck? I had $20 sitting around in my Public account, and I was like, I don't know what to invest in. And then I was kind of scrolling through the crypto world on Reddit and Twitter, and I was like, I'm just gonna go buy the Shibu Inu. Nothing's gonna happen with it. I'm probably gonna lose this $20, but I want to get into it for no reason. So I bought it. $20 of it bought me like 2.5 million shares of it. So I mean, if it goes up to 1 penny, I'll be making a lot of money. If it goes up to like 10 cents, then I'll make a lot of money. And if it goes up to $1, I'll make a lot of money. But honestly, I'm kind of expecting just to lose that money. It was more just investing it for the meme. And so when y'all check out my portfolio on Public, y'all can get a good giggle out of it and just see that I'm constantly losing money. Now, let's move over. So that was Public. That's all I have on invested in Public. And now let's go over to Schwab. Schwab is what I've been investing for with longer. It's what I really use to utilize for long-term investments and things that I just want to invest in and forget about it. And I'm not going to look at it for a long time. Public has a great system of sending you notifications about how a stock is performing. So you can be very micromanaging in regards to those stocks. Schwab isn't so much. But Schwab has a great Roth IRA. They have a great selection of stocks. And I really enjoy Schwab. So the first stock that I invested in it. The first stock that I invested in is AT&T trading stock. Ticker is letter T, and that's it. This stock, all I've done is lost money. I invested in it a couple years ago when it was at $35, and now it's sitting, I believe, at $18. So yeah, I've lost a lot of money on that, but it's, you know what, it's a dividend stock, so I only invested it in for the dividends, and I'm still getting that money back because of the dividends. However, it does have a super high dividend yield because the stock is falling in price, so I wouldn't recommend buying into it unless you really want the dividends, and that's it. Now, the second stock I'm invested in is KODK, and if you don't know, KODK, Eastman Kodak Company, and the ticker symbol is KODK. This is what used to produce film for cameras and whatnot, and they used to be a massive company. They were known as the premier film company that produced just some of the best quality stuff. Now, Kodak took a massive hit, obviously, when everyone transferred from film to digital, and they took a massive hit. Now, Kodak, in order to alternate the progression of the downfall of Kodak, they wanted to find an alternative path of a way to keep on bringing in money, and so the company doesn't have to fall and fail. So Kodak went out with the idea of starting to produce pharmaceuticals. So, and which they got the pass a couple years ago. And so Kodak is starting to go up in price because they are switching from film to pharmaceuticals, but we haven't seen how good and reliable they are when it comes to pharmaceuticals. So that's really up to debate as to how it's going to turn out. However, I do have some investments in them because I am hopeful and optimistic about them. And another stock that I don't really invest in just for kicks and giggles is FBIO, or Fortress Biotech Incorporation. And I only invest in it because it was a penny stock a couple years ago, and I used to like trading penny stocks. I don't have that many stock worth. I don't have that much money tied up into it, and it's just kind of something I'm holding on to because the company could explode and it could just completely collapse. So I don't have much money in it, but at the same time, I do like trading it as a penny stock when I really want to put a lot of time in regards to focusing on investments and whatnot. Now, to be clear, I do recommend if you put an investment, you need to keep track of it. Make sure you have daily updates on your phone. Make sure that you can see the stock price every single day so you know exactly what's going on and you can be aware of totally everything. So that's something that I really like applying. And then I have a lot of the portfolio on Charles Schwab into Netlist. Netlist is a company that is actually suing Google, and they're winning. They're suing Google, Samsung, and one other company for using their patented technology, and they're winning. They won multiple cases against Google, and it keeps on getting appealed and going higher and higher. And the higher and higher it gets appealed, the more and more money they can win. So Netlist has the potential to absolutely explode in price. So yeah, it's worth about $3 now, but some people are expecting it to possibly, once the final judgment and they get the reward money, it to be worth anywhere between $80 to all the way up to $800 to $8,000. So that is a stock that could be very explosive, and I'm investing in for the long term, not for the really quick growth, but I do believe in the networking and the programming capabilities of Netlist and the data processing that Netlist does provide. It's a great company, and for that, I invested in them. Now, another investment here that I wanted to buy just because I wanted to get my portfolio on Schwab to be a lot more diverse was the Schwab US Broad Market. And this ETF is basically it resembles the S&P 500. So it has all the same stocks but in lower quantities, so you can buy it for a cheaper price. And for this stock, I have it's worth about $50, and so it's pretty easy to buy into if you want to get that diversification, and that's why I bought into it. Another stock that I have on Schwab is the SWIPPX, which is a Schwab S&P 500 index fund. It goes for $66. It's another great way to diversify. So if you look at my portfolio on Schwab, it's pretty diversified across individual stocks and then a lot of mutual funds and ETFs. So I like to be diversified in that way. And so the SWPPX is a ticker for the Schwab S&P 500 index, and it performs absolutely tremendously. However, with the stock market taking a hit, it took a hit. So I'm not seeing a lot of gain in regards to that stock. However, it is doing a great job, and that's what I have invested. So that's my complete portfolio as of now. Obviously, I'm looking at growing the portfolio, and I'm constantly looking at new things to invest in, and I would love to keep you all updated, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, follow along the journey. Follow me on Public so you can see what I'm investing in. I'm going to put on Public, I enjoy putting out what I'm investing in and why I'm investing in, and so y'all can see my perspective as well, and y'all can even see the stocks that are on my watch list, so you can see what I'm possibly going to invest in the future. Now, let's just wrap it up real quick, and I want to go through every stock real quick, run down everything that I'm invested in. Uber, NVDA, Amazon, Shibu Inu, Schwab US Dividend ETF, Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF, AT&T, Kodak, FBIO, Netlist, Schwab US Broadband Market, and SWIPPX. And that's all the stocks that I'm invested in. So obviously very diverse, and I'm going to look at continuing to diversify and go across more and more sectors and market performance. Now, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button. It would mean the world to me, and it would help the almighty YouTube algorithm. And leave a comment down below as to what you want to see in the future. And hit that subscribe button. Obviously, it'd mean the world to me, and it would help this growing channel grow even further and allow for more people to be immersed in this amazing community that I'm so thankful for. So thank you guys for all your support. It does mean so much to me. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you all so much for your support. I don't know how to put it to words. It really makes me speechless. So with that being said, that is today's video, and it is the Money Sausage signing out. See ya!